All right, welcome to This Is the Place, brought to you by We Own This Town, where we discuss the ever-growing and shrinking bar and restaurant options here in Nashville, Tennessee. We are all here today. My name is Matt Meeks. Co-host with me is Michael Eads, proprietor of We Own This Town and founder of the podcast This Is the Place, Mickey Parks.
Hello, how are you? What's going on, guys?
Full room today.
It's a group.
It is.
So we've been, I can't say we've been slacking this summer. Some of us have been very busy, but we've had taking our time doing
Yes, I have a valid excuse.
You have a very valid excuse.
Yes.
I was on vacation for 2 weeks as a honeymoon.
And there was a lot of pre-planning.
There was.
Not only the vacation, but of course the wedding.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what you two are up to.
Not that. Congratulations.
Oh,
by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have a good excuse except I'm being like slacking. I'm just summer slacker. Kind of when it comes to
summertime.
I got this feeling that as we resume back to normal times, we're also just getting very busy. We're readjusting to life has all these requirements.
I'll have to agree that is definitely the case. Yeah, definitely.
But
So
we're here now.
We're here now.
It's good to be together.
Now. It's great, and it's good to see everybody. So let's get right into it. I don't have a lot. I mean, I can talk about one new thing briefly that I haven't been to yet. We were discussing it a minute ago, and that is a new bagel place in Midtown called H&S Bagels.
Yeah.
And when I first heard about it, I was very excited about it. But apparently the logistics of getting a bagel at this place is not easy unless you are already in Midtown and maybe at a hotel near this place.
You live there, or you're stumbling around from the night before hanging out because you're a tourist or what have you. Mm-hmm. But it is not the easiest place to get into. And there was quite a line.
It is. One of the things that I always loved to do when I would go up to New York was just get a good bagel at any sort of corner store, breakfast place.
Get that New York water.
You got the New York water. So Hector Sanchez, who is a New Jersey native who's lived down here for quite a while, he used to, back in his glory days when he was younger, worked at one of those places and would hand roll bagels. And he moved here. And I don't know what he did here for a long time, but it wasn't making bagels, but he decided to do what he loved, what his passion was, and open a bagel shop. However, the thing is, like Michael mentioned, it's all in the water. That's
what they say. That's what they say.
I don't know. And maybe it's just one of those things. And when you're in New York, you just feel like you're eating the best bagel. But, I'm sure there are amazing bagels in other places. If you do a blind taste test somewhere, would you really be able to say, this is the New York bagel? I don't know.
Well, during the pandemic, I learned how to make my own bagels at home. So,
okay.
Did you get water from New York?
I did not, but I did get instruction from someone from New York, and it was pretty incredible. I mean, and pretty rewarding to make your own bagel at home, and it's a quick recipe.
The thing that intrigues me is that, so in order to best replicate what a bagel, New York bagel, could taste like, is that this proprietor purchased this water filtration system. And so he puts the dough in this rotating tray that's a 4-stage water filtration system that simulates New York water.
No.
Man, I'm in.
No.
That's
okay.
That's the hook.
I will forego the line. I will do whatever I have to do to get to see what this is all about. I'll do that.
And when I saw that, I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
So it just opened not too long ago, maybe within the last month, I guess. It's pretty new. And like we said, summer slacking. I haven't made it yet, but
it'll be a journey to get there, but I'll go check it out.
Because you can't DoorDash that. You have to get it and eat it immediately, I think, or you're going to...
the line, I guess I imagine so. I did show up. I attempted a couple of times to go, and it was on a weekend, so it was very busy. It was probably 10:30ish or so, and we're talking there are 2 entrances, and I walked in one entrance. Well, there's one entrance. I walked in the exit, and they're like, no, the line's over there. I mean, and it was a line of people, and they were just waiting for their bagel. So I go back around, and it was a pretty long line. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, I gotta taste what I remember New York bagels, but we'll see.
It is kind of a no man's land over there for a bagel. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
there's so many bars and like lunch spots, Broadway Brew House, Losers, Kung Fu Saloon, like not places that you're going to just grab a early bite.
Yeah, and parking was limited. I mean, there was no parking over there, so you're gonna have to either park in the Sky House building. I think it's called the Sky House.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you park there and you go in. I don't know if they validate or whatever, but
I would also love a compare and contrast between Shep's Delicatessen on the east side, which is supposedly like a really great bagel place as well, with H&S. Maybe we do a bagel episode.
Well, Shep's, H&S, and then
there's that one over by Belmont, right?
Sylvan Park.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the one
talking about Star Bagel?
Yeah. Is that
around?
Yeah, they're still around.
I also think the proprietor of that might be crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I need to back that up first. Maybe I'll cut that. But
but I mean, that's the only other place that I could remember, because Nashville.
What about Proper Bagel over by Belmont?
That was the contender. I did go there, and that was amazing. Okay, it's time. Yes, the bagel off is going to happen. I'll bring bagels next time.
We will make it so.
I'll bring bagels next time, and we'll see how it goes.
Do it.
Yeah, I love it.
I Googled Star Bagel controversy just to make myself feel a little better. And the second result is a Reddit thread, not exactly trustworthy journalism, but a Reddit thread with the title, "I regret to inform you that Star Bagel is a QAnon bagel shop."
So we should go to Hat Works.
Yeah.
And then go get a hat and get some bagels. And then go to the bagel.
So this is just something I read on Reddit. This isn't a disparaging comment that I'm throwing out anywhere, but maybe go to Proper Bagel, Shep's, or H&S.
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll stick to those places.
We'll do that. We'll give them. Well, they're the newest places. We'll see what.
Old Nashville, get out of here.
Yeah, we're talking about. Hey, could even make bagels back then. Really? God, what are you talking about? So yeah.
Well, we can throw a Panera in there just for like a baseline. For a baseline.
Okay. When I lived on West End, I was a special member. I got free bagels there. Wow. They gave me a mug.
Really?
The employees did.
Wow. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. And then they just opened up. So yeah, I ate a lot of bagels there. So bagels, breakfast, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's kind of similar. I've been out and about like on the east side and was I was hungry for an omelet. Mm-hmm. So I had an amazing omelet at Vandyke's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. We were talking just the other day, we were talking about omelets and how, with breakfast, it's always nice to have a little salad.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
I think it's weird.
I think it's incredible.
So,
I mean,
you mean like just a parsley salad on the side of the omelet that you just like looking at? Or
don't look at me for this question.
Or one do you
he
like
knows.
to eat?
He's a vegetarian. He knows. But basically, it's like this morning salad, I guess. It's like a spring mix with a vinaigrette dressing.
Okay. So are you saying Vandyke had this with their omelet?
They did. I ordered my omelet, and this bowl arrived. And I was like, this bowl of salad, I was like, where's the omelet? And it was just underneath the bed of greens. And it was amazing. It was really good.
It was underneath the bed of greens?
It was in a bowl.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I mean, you want it on the side.
Yeah.
But if you've not had the opportunity to have an omelet and a side salad, you should do that. It's not even a side salad.
Is breakfast new there? I would assume if it was bed and breakfast is probably not new.
It was brunch. Okay.
No, I wasn't aware. I know of their pizza that they serve.
Yes. And they did have that on the menu as well, too. Because when I sat down, I was a little concerned. I was like, because everybody had a slice of focaccia with some marinara on it. And it was like there were like 10 people at the bar, and everyone had one of those. And I was like, oh, okay. It's too early for pizza. But I did have that, and I continued on up the road. I had brunch another time over there at Treehouse because trying to revisit some of the places that we've been, just trying to see where folks are, they're reopening or what have you. And Treehouse, I also had a pretty incredible breakfast.
Yeah, so did they I don't know what the word is. They didn't renovate really, but did they kind of restructure
Treehouse?
What they were about? Yeah, Treehouse.
It looked about the same. Okay. I've only been there during the week. They open up at 5 p.m. And they do brunch on the weekends on Saturday and Sunday. And I happened to be there for brunch, and I was able to get in. I got in, and again, I had an incredible omelet along with a side of
spring salad.
No. It was better though.
Grits?
No. Close.
Let him figure it out. Don't help him.
He can do it. No, it's a grain, and I'm totally blanking on the grain.
Well, quinoa?
Yes, quinoa and asparagus. Quinoa and asparagus.
No, that's good. That's a good combo.
No, I do like that.
Slice of bacon, an omelet, quinoa and asparagus. But who knew you could have that for breakfast? I know about the quinoa because that's my whole breakfast. My cereal idea. We'll talk the time. I can't put that out there. But it was amazing. I mean, and a slice of bacon. And it wasn't Benton's bacon.
Benton. Yeah,
it was not.
That's a lot of places.
It was another bacon. But I'm finding out there's a variety of bacon out there now. But it was amazing. So I guess you could say I did a little brunch on the east side.
Nice. Michael, any breakfast places that you want to talk about?
Man, I thought we were doing openings and closings, and we've just pivoted hard.
My
breakfast.
Bad. Well, the opening, sorry about that. Yeah, the opening closings. But another breakfast place is Nadine's if you have to be in Hermitage. For some reason, that is the place to go.
Interesting. No, never heard of Nadine's at all.
It's like elevated American cuisine. That's what they call it. And for folks that live out that way, I mean, I was recommended by Doyle Davis of Grimey's. He's like, hey, man, if you're out in that area, you should check this place out. And come to find out, a lot of people know about it. But it's great stuff, man.
Oh, yes, I recall now. This is part of your quest for the perfect breakfast. That's what this is part of.
Breakfast. Yeah, but that was good. It was very, it's more of a, if you have a hangover kind of place.
And also the Foundry, right? Didn't you go there for breakfast?
Yes. That was another experience.
This is a whole new segment. The quest for the perfect breakfast.
Well, we kind of start with a little coffee and what have you. I kind of.
Is that how we should structure the show? Is breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
There was.
Oh my God!
Revisit an early episode.
We have just unearthed something great.
No.
Well, the thing is that we had talked about trying to go back to what we initially did early on in episodes, and that was talking about openings and closings, but really talking about maybe a good coffee place or a good beverage place. And I was going to talk right now about some beverages, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about beverages.
There's no structure to this thing.
Let's do this.
All right. So we all know and love Lovebird, Jackalope.
Yes.
Brewery.
Yes. Sure.
So they've been doing their Lovebird seasonal wheat beer for several years now. And I think the season for Lovebird has expanded because it's so popular. It used to be only like a 3-4 month thing, but you can get it most of the year now. They still say it's seasonal, but I think
you can get it anytime. Yeah.
But they did start, I think they maybe did it last year, but I think they're really pushing on this year their Shapeshifter series. And it is kind of different takes on the Lovebird. So they have a couple of different beers. So there was, of course, the Lovebird, and then they had, it's not available anymore. It was only available kind of spring, early summer, the Blissful Bluebird. So Lovebird, to go back for people who don't know what it is it's a wheat beer with strawberry and blueberry kind of flavors, right? Very, very just hints of those. It's not overbearing. It really just tastes like a nice, clean lager, wheatish type beer that's very easy to drink when you're outside at a bar.
It's perfect for summer. Perfect.
Or on your porch.
Yes.
So they released Blissful Bluebird, which was around for a while. Like I said, it's not around anymore. And that had the aforementioned like wheat, but also had blackberry to it. Currently, what they have is something called the Sultry Seagull, and it is the wheat, strawberry, raspberry, and then lemon. And I had that recently, and you can get it at the tap room. I think you can get it at certain establishments, and it is a fantastic summer beer. It's really good.
It's not like a shanty or anything like that.
No. It's not a shanty really. But
those ingredients sound I don't know, hesitant for a beer.
So that's the thing.
Talk to me about this.
But have you had Lovebird though?
I'm not a big Hefeweizen fan. Not a big wheat beer fan. It's got a weird taste to it, a banana-y taste to it as a base. Now you're adding raspberries and lemon in there.
I mean, we'll have to bring some. We'll have you have some.
I think if you refer back to like Yazoo's Hefe, then yes, that is quintessential kind of wheat banana tasty type of beer.
This is different.
This is a little different. Yeah. I'm not going to say it doesn't have certain elements, but you really don't taste the banana element of hef that you do in other beers like you do. It's not in the Lovebird.
Interesting.
And so, like I said, it's these hints of flavor. Like they say strawberry, but I barely, like I have to think hard about it to be like, oh yeah, there is a strawberry flavor to it.
Interesting.
It's not overbearing at all. It's a very, very light.
It's light. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's how all these are. So the Sultry Seagull, like I said, just it adds lemon to it, so it has a little bit more of this tartness to it. Kind of I don't want to say a sour, but it's a very easy drinking summer beer, which I've enjoyed. And they also have the Crooning Crane, which just came out at the beginning of July, and have not had that yet. But that has the wheat, but also it has key lime and graham cracker crust flavor in it. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
No.
I have not had that yet. I can't vouch for it.
No.
I mean, how's that any different than the other weird ingredients? Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try, Mickey.
I'll give it a chance. Well, I don't know. Have you had the bourbon that has peanut butter in it? The peanut butter bourbon?
No, can't say that I have.
No. It's a thing. I wish
Does it have the consistency of peanut butter?
It does not. It does not. But if you like peanut butter and bourbon, it's the thing. Okay. And I wish I could remember the name of it, but I guess I'm mostly trying to forget it.
That doesn't sound appealing to me at all.
It's a thing.
You know, they have a key lime like LaCroix, and I would have thought, oh, gross. I don't want that. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
There you go.
What's the difference between that and all the other flavors they have?
I mean, I'm drinking a hibiscus right now. Wouldn't think that would be good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. Don't knock the Sultry Seagull, man.
You're right.
I mean,
you're right.
Maybe it's the name, Sultry Seagull, and what was the
I
other
love
one?
the name.
Crooning Crane.
The Crooning Crane.
So looking at the whole series on their site in the Shapeshifter series, there's the Snowbird.
Yeah, which that's a stout, and I just well established among friends that I do not like stout, so I'm not going to drink that.
Blissful Bluebird, Sultry Seagull, Crooning Crane, Brew Walker, which I think is that. Standard?
That's one of the standard ones.
And then Chair Walker, which is, I think, a part of this Shapeshifter series. I think the Shapeshifter means we take one of our base beers and then do something special with it. So that's not part of Lovebird, but
no.
So it's just these four: Snowbird, Blissful Bluebird, Sultry Seagull, Crooning Crane.
Yeah.
Pretty cool lineup of names.
I like they're very different, and I like the whole Shapeshifter type thing.
It's cool. I mean, reminds me of some Stephen King.
Well, yeah, it reminds me of New Mexico. So, yeah.
I don't know what that means at all. But
a lot of shapeshifters out in New Mexico.
Yeah, dude. You don't want to.
Yeah.
It's
anyway. Probably a couple X-Files episodes.
I was just about to say something about X-Files. Okay.
Yeah. So, openings, closing? Is there anything that's opening
I don't think,
closing?
So, I did want to mention a really interesting opening/closing or closing/opening that I just found fascinating for a number of reasons. One, the closing part of it is PM. You might know PM over on Belmont.
Sure, I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, you haven't been there in a long time. I think anyone that goes to Belmont probably goes there regularly. Yeah. It's closing. Okay. So the Mint family is going to focus on International Market 2. They are reopening the international market.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
They're refocusing their efforts on that. So they're closing PM down, which is, I don't know how long it's been open. It was open, like 20 years or something.
I was going to say minimum of 15 years.
I remember going there quite a bit and enjoying myself there. I don't go there anymore, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. I just sort of grew out of it, I guess. But it's gone, and what's reopening in its place, which I think is incredible, is the Athens Greek Diner that was on 8th Avenue and got pushed out by their terrible landlords and developers, and they were just left without a home. Like they were late on their mortgage, I think, or their rent for like 2 weeks or something, and they were like, "Oh, you broke your lease, you're out." Like no sympathy during COVID, like really crazy scenario, and they're going to be taking over the PM spot, which frankly is a better spot.
For them,
yeah, absolutely,
definitely.
I don't know if they're going to be 24-hour or just super late night, but across the street from a college, that's perfect. Yeah. It's so perfect. I'm really excited for them.
Did you ever eat there, like walk from your house down there?
I have eaten there, usually in a drunken fit.
Right. Well, that's why they stay up until 2 a.m. Right?
Yeah. I've also eaten there sober. Don't recommend it. But that's just a personal. That's an opinion, you know.
Well, they will do swimmingly at Belmont University, right outside of Belmont
University. I think they will. I'm really excited for them. Like, honestly, wish them really well. I'm excited for all the parties involved because I think focusing on international market too is very cool for the Mint family, and I think it's great that Athens is kind of getting a second chance after being treated poorly.
Yeah.
And
that's great.
You know, college kids are gonna love it.
That's good. That's good.
Fantastic. Talk about omelets. Yeah, they got an omelet. Put some feta cheese in there.
I have to check it out. Yeah. Just like that, you're good to go. You know, there's still a coffee shop over there too. You know, I was driving through Belmont just the other day, just seeing what's still there. The continual construction.
I mean, it's a cafe. It's like part of the Fido empire, right?
Yeah, it was one of the originals. I mean, there are only like a couple. Mm-hmm. So you got the coffee shop, and there are a couple other restaurants over there.
Are you talking about Bongo?
Yeah, Bongo Java.
We're talking about Bongo. That is the one. Yeah.
That's the original, right?
Yeah. It's
Nun
the original.
bun.
Yeah. Openings, closing. Did anyone see the Elliston Soda Shop is back?
Well, we've talked about that on an episode about.
Has anyone been
just saying like we don't care about it?
Yeah,
basically,
it's still a part of like Nashville.
It was the whole debate about the whole rock block, I think.
The ever changing rock block.
It didn't change for a long time, and now it's changing.
I mean, quickly. There's still rock there.
This was a controversial topic because, in my opinion, I like the rock block, but it kind of needs something to revive it. Wow. It's not in a good place.
Gotcha.
You know, and I hope the Exit Inn survives the new ownership. We'll see.
Well, I saw that they just bought building next to it, I think.
The two buildings are owned by the same people. Yeah. So like that to-go like bar that's connected to Exit Inn is the same property as Exit Inn. Yeah. So they did sell both of those things. Mm-hmm. You know, we'll see how that story develops. But, you know, in general, I think it's maybe a good thing that Elliston Soda Shop did a renovation and reopened. I can't remember if they have like live music there now or something, which would be the worst thing in the world.
But I mean, I think they're going to be able to accommodate the steady stream of tourists now that will go there. Totally different thing. But I think that's something I noticed. I haven't been there. I haven't been there in a while, but I know some folks have gone more recently.
I feel like Elliston was a place for locals for a long time, like cool vintage shops and like a great Cafe Coco forever over there. Exit Inn, The End, Obies.
Yeah.
You know,
Obies is still there.
Samurai.
Is still there.
Yeah.
Samurai.
All those are,
like the great cool local spots, but I don't think that that's the case anymore. I think that it's changed and it needs new life injected to it. That doesn't mean get rid of the Exit Inn.
You're right.
Just means something.
Yeah, because West End in general is kind of that feel.
Yeah.
Something's going, it's not the same as it used to be. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not a destination to eat or anything. It's not. A lot of people are moving in that area because surprisingly it's become affordable for folks that are new to town. That's what's very surprising.
Yeah, it's changed.
But there is a place that's closing that some folks know about that was new to me, but they're currently still open, and they may be for a while. It's an Italian place in Madison called Smeraldo's.
Yeah, that's the name.
A chef in town recommended it, because, chefs are adventurous. They like to do various different things, and I had to go. So I went, and I saw the place, and it was like stepping back in time. The building itself, I guess, has been up for sale for a long time. Come to find that out a little bit later on. And it's owned by two brothers. They're Italian. It's an Italian restaurant. The building, I guess it has some connection or history with the Grand Ole Opry back in the day or what have you. And the place, they've had the place for about 30 years and did not change a thing when they bought it.
I believe it.
So it's like a true step back in time. I'm talking.
But you went there.
I went more than once because I had to see what this was all about.
More than once.
Maybe twice.
Okay. All right.
But you're walking in, and you see the red door, and you see they got mirrored panels on the wall and carpet on a bar that was upstairs, and you go downstairs into the establishment and to the left, and it's like 1967 again.
Okay.
It's pretty killer. It'd be a great place for a party.
Right.
And they've got the booze, but they've not changed anything. There's a little stage in the corner where I imagine performances happened back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Or
Do you still have pool tables?
Yes, there's a pool table there. There's a bar. Like I said, I think it'd be a great place for a party. The food was okay. The family themselves, they were very just chilled. It's just two guys. It could be almost like, I don't know if was it Big Night Out, the movie with Stanley Tucci?
Tucci, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's like that or what, but they're working on retiring, both of them. But I'd say it's something to go if you want to see some nostalgic Nashville. I would go for that reason. And they seem to be open every day at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Every day. And you may be the only person in there, but it will be a true experience.
And it's a piece of old Nashville that you can still get in on while it's around.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of that around. Okay. I don't think so.
So do they own the building and they just are waiting for somebody to buy it, sort of thing? Or
they own it. Mm-hmm. They own it, and it's been up for sale. As I continue to talk to people about the place, folks are like, "Oh yeah, I know that place. Yeah, the price, whoa." And this was they're like they want way too much, but I don't know. They've been doing this for a while.
Give it a couple more
year
or two in this town,
Madison,
and then they might get the price they want.
Well, it was between the bowling alley, the brand new there. No. We're in Madison. It was old, and a seedy motel. So the motel is gone. The bowling alley is closed, and I think they're working on constructing something. And then after that, it's car dealerships until you get to Rivergate.
I mean, at the very least, you got to drive by this thing.
You got to go. You got to go.
Incredible.
I mean, we're talking like it would be a night out. I mean, it looked like in the old days, they'd pull up. The limo would pull up. They'd get out and go in through the side door. They've got cameras everywhere.
In 1980, that was the prom place to go if you had a high school.
That
area.
Very possibly that could be the case. Yeah. It was interesting. It's something to do. If you need to go do something on Sunday afternoon, I'd say check it out. Be fun.
All right.
But they're closing at some point. Openings and closings. I thought the Wild Cow had closed, but they just moved.
It's true. Better space. Much better space.
Since they moved, something else has moved in there.
Yeah. What is that?
It is the Eastwood Deli Company. And it is fantastic. Very good. If you live in the neighborhood, it's a community-minded deli. You can get smoked and uncured meat. You can also get cheeses. You can get family meals to go, soups and what have you. But they have some amazing sandwiches on the menu as well, too.
Tell me about them.
Have you seen it, Matt, or did you know about it?
Well, I'd heard that Wild Cow closed, and I didn't realize that they didn't close, that they just moved, and something else was moving in that area into that place. I've not been there yet, but it looks really good. It looks good. I love a good deli.
Are very good. I had the Chapel Avenue chicken sandwich, blackened chicken breast. It was amazing. It was really good because, I mean, it's a chicken sandwich. You're like, what can they do? I'm not exactly sure what they did, but it was amazing. It was really good.
So it looks like it will be missed by the time this comes out, but it looks like they're having a comedy night.
No, whoa.
At Eastwood?
Yep.
Wow, okay.
No. Eastwood Deli. Join us for our first ever comedy night, Friday, July 16th, featuring 6 comedians, beer, food, and laughs.
If you missed that, I'd go for the food. I don't know about that.
That's cool.
I will say I recently found myself at a pop-up comedy performance.
Yeah.
Just like I was walking around New Orleans, went into a brewery, and they're like, hey, come in the back. There's a comedy show. And my gut reaction was, no.
Yeah. I know what I've been too.
But I had everything else to do.
Yeah.
So got a beer, went in the back. Pretty funny.
That's nice.
Pretty funny. So, I think we all have hesitation over maybe going to a comedy show at a deli.
Right.
Maybe give it a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe not this one because we all missed it.
I mean, it's something to try, but I'd go for the food and stay for the laughs.
Nailed it.
There it is.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on their Instagram account. Yes.
But at the time though, they're only open until 3 p.m. So, and they were, I talked to them a little bit, and they were trying to see what the schedule was going to be and how they're going to do it. They have a great to-go system. They have it down. So if you want to grab and go, just order online and go and pick it up. They'll even bring it out to the curb for you.
Great.
But check it out, Matt. It's very good.
I will.
Rose pepper is still there. I mean, I kind of looked in there.
Should we talk about how much rose pepper sucks? Wow.
Okay.
So I had a friend the other day that went there because for some reason they had somebody else that wanted to go. Like they were like, haven't been there in years. We'll try it out again. And they were literally brought to them rancid guacamole. Like it was brown. And they were like, this is clearly not edible guacamole. Yeah. And they think that they took it back, literally flipped it over, and gave it back to him. I'm not saying that happened. But.
Wow. Okay, so
wow. I was not prepared for this.
Well, I mean that's a lot. That I know you like controversy, and that is very controversial. But again, like with your favorite bands, you remember when you broke up with them along the same lines.
They were never my favorite band.
But a lot of people, maybe including myself, I guess it was more of a social thing. If I think about the
first thing that opened, it was the very first restaurant to open in that area.
Yeah.
It was the first.
Went a lot.
And
with friends and what have you.
We lived over there in that time, and there were very few options, and they were like, okay, you'll go there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a neighborhood favorite, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think... Is it a neighborhood favorite? Or is it, at this point...
Let me use a different word. Beloved.
Yes, beloved. But
that doesn't mean it's
because
good.
of the witty sign?
Well, that doesn't hurt.
Well, the sign, we'll go with the sign. They did a lot. They helped lift up a lot of people. But it reminds me of Sacco and that whole thing. So either you
Is
do or
Rose
you don't.
Pepper the Satco of the East Side?
Oh. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. If we're going to talk
I
about
mean, the thing is, drive by there Thursday through Saturday, and there's a line out the door every. I mean, I don't know, but
they've got great drinks.
And that's, I think maybe their calling card is margaritas. But I went there a couple times when they first opened. I was like, just tried it again 5 years later.
It's changed.
I won't call it the Satco of the East Side, but I will call it the Las Palmas of the East Side.
Okay.
It's not bad. I have a huge affinity for Las Palmas. But it's a down the middle place to get rice and beans and maybe a fajita.
Las Palmas has changed so much over the years.
Well, let's talk about our golden era then.
Yeah,
of Las
they no
Palmas.
longer have chili Colorado on the menu.
That's true. I feel like it's that same, like Rose Pepper serves a purpose. Like it isn't like highly elevated, refined dining. Obviously, we're getting into a zone now where if they're serving rancid food, that's problematic.
Yes.
But in general, I think the idea is it's just a comfortable place.
Right. Your statement is it's a okay neighborhood restaurant.
Correct.
And I would say maybe it's only a tourist destination at this point.
That's fair.
Are tourists going there?
I
think
think so. Yes.
Yeah, almost.
That whole strip,
the amount of Airbnbs that are right by there,
Good point.
and groups of people that I've seen walking and hanging out. I just
look. You want some Jenny's ice cream? You go to Rose Pepper first, then you walk on over to Jenny's, or you go get a $5 donuts.
True.
Like that whole strip.
True,
I mean,
true.
there's stuff. I think Gray's is good for locals. I think that coffee shop there is good for locals.
Ugly Mugs.
I love Ugly Mugs.
I think 210 Jack is great. There's a. It's not.
Really?
No, not a fan of Ugly Mugs.
It's
$5 is great.
It's not a one-stop shop. It's both. I think it's serving both.
Yeah.
True.
Sorry about the sidebar.
No. You speak the truth.
Love it when Matt
that's what we're here for. He
drops some
drops the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wow. Don't know where to go from
All
there.
right.
Okay.
Well,
so I'm
Michael.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you. What you got?
For just like a random
anything?
fact about food? Yeah, I can tell you about a place I went to somewhat recently, pre-marriage. This is before I was a married man.
Okay.
I checked out a new bar. You will, maybe both of you will remember this place called Tin Dog Tavern.
Oh,
Yeah.
It won our
Yes.
South Side dive
Diner.
bar
Yes.
crawl.
Yes. Won our hearts.
It won our hearts, but was a disgusting place.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
I think we all agreed. At least I
think it was
I believe it was
yeah.
the worst bathroom I think I've seen in
Yeah,
decades.
there was some.
Well, Tin Dog is not there anymore.
Yeah.
And over the last year, pretty much through the pandemic, whenever I would drive by it, I would see that they were doing renovations. Right. And there's slowly and surely they changed the windows out, they painted the exterior, they redid the porch, they've really renovated the space.
Gussied it up a little bit.
Yeah. And it's called Lucky's 3-Star Bar now.
Just 3 stars?
Just 3 stars.
That sounds like a great bar.
Which, is a little, self-deprecating. I like that. I like that. Set your expectations before you go in.
Right.
I went there, and I got to tell you, I really liked it. It was like... nothing fancy. It's definitely got a sports bar vibe to it. There's several.
So all that decor that was in Tin Dog is.
Oh yeah, they basically gutted the whole place. They moved the bar further back. Okay. They added some like cool little like lounge area, not in like a weird way, but just like some interesting seating. I think it still has a pool table. It still feels like a dive bar, but not one that frightens you.
Did you make it to the patio?
I did make it to the patio.
And it appears that they have darts on the patio.
They do have darts on the patio.
Oh,
every time I drive by, it's packed.
Really?
Yeah.
It's great.
I can't wait to check it out.
I'm telling you, man, the South Side's kind of coming up. Like
I like it.
There's
Just
a bunch of new stuff.
There was the other
racetrack.
bar he talked about that you went to.
Never,
Yeah. And then you got.
And this is just right up the street from that. Lucky's 3-Star Bar. Apparently, it's co-owned by Jamie White of Pearl Diver. So there's definitely some expertise involved there. Lots of local beers on tap, which is great.
Reasonable pricing.
Very reasonable pricing and a pretty nice menu of food for bar food. Like a lot of hot dogs, which,
Really?
you can either phone it in with hot dogs or you can do something kind of interesting. And I feel like they're doing something interesting. And for myself, it's very interesting because they allow you to substitute a veggie dog for any of their offerings, which is a pretty simple thing to do, but most places don't do it.
Yeah,
true.
Offer that.
True.
So it's great. They even have pizza that they offer as well, and they'll substitute vegan pepperoni on as a topping. So they're winning my heart for the vibe and the location and the affordability, and then also these like really nice options on food. So Lucky's 3-Star Bar, pretty high on the recommendation list.
Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Well, I think we need to move on and kind of wrap it up.
Well, before we do that, what are you guys listening to? I mean,
that's what I was about to
I thought that was
segue into.
I got to ask the question.
Mickey doesn't have anything for the music portion, so he wants to lead us into it. I'm calling him out.
I appreciate that.
And the reason I'm doing that is because I highly respect Mickey's choices in the music world, and I'm sad. I'm personally sad that I don't get to have a recommendation from you this week.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
All right. Okay, next episode, we are going to sit here in silence until you pick something.
I will absolutely have something.
And I will not edit that silence.
All right. So anyway, Michael.
So I'm going to recommend a local band, as I always do. This is a band called Total Wife.
Total Wife.
Total Wife.
Interesting.
They're basically krautrock with a little bit of psych rock thrown in, and it's really been making it for me. It's really been working for me.
I like it. I like that.
They have a full-length album that they released back in January called To Make Sound, but they released a new single in May that's called Reveal Sky, and it is super trippy. The song kind of takes on two different personas where like the first half of it feels droney and krautrocky, little spacey, and then it just switches completely halfway through into this like going into outer space, like keyboards, way more upbeat. And they made it work. Like generally that can feel pretty strange.
Well, I don't take you as a psych rock guy typically, but
things are changing, man.
Yeah.
Things are changing. I really love that it's coming out of Nashville, number one. I really enjoyed the album a whole lot. This new single was super entertaining as well. And so I'm recommending Total Wife as my recommendation.
All right. We will check them out. And so how can you...
Well, that's going to be linked in the episode description, and you can find them on Bandcamp and all streaming services.
Great. So do they have any music that you can purchase like at record stores or...
Matt, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll go to Bandcamp.
I don't know if there's an LP, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. You were just talking about the single.
Yeah.
Okay.
I live in a digital world.
I know. Try to hold on to that physical thing. I love it so much. Yeah. I just can't help it.
There may be an LP of their album that came out in January. I'm not sure.
All right. Great. All right. Well, I know you will be shocked and disappointed with my recommendation because it has nothing to do with crazy jazz.
Oh man. You're our go-to guy for that, man.
No freakouts.
Man, whatever it is, I can't wait.
No crazy instrumentation.
Okay.
It was a thing I was going to talk about last time that I got sidetracked from Mac Blackout from his album cover that I talked about him last time. And he is, crazy jazz freakout and awesome. Anyway, the band I was going to talk about was Lithics. And they are on Trouble. Well, their newest record came out on Trouble in Mind last year. It's called Tower of Age. Have you heard that band Dry Cleaning? They've been getting a lot of press recently.
Absolutely. 100%.
And
down.
They're
into that.
Kind of like them, except so it's a female singer, very wordy and just very taut, kind of deconstruction, punk, post-punk.
This is what music. I come here for.
Yeah,
and
that's yeah.
And I love it because it's not. They'll go from, you think they're going in one direction with a melody, and then they'll stop it right there, and they'll just go on to something else immediately, and it kind of takes you for a whirl for a minute. And the interplay of the guitar is very clean guitars, like a la kind of Gang of Four-ish or something like that. So I will say this music is definitely not for everyone.
But your previous recommendations have been.
Obviously. I mean, yes.
Touche.
So, check it out. I'd say check it out.
It's great. I mean, but if you're going into this record looking for hooks or looking for melody, you're not going to find them. That's all I'm saying. But it is very cool, interesting music.
Taut post-punk, sold.
Yeah.
As always, Matt Meeks, sold on your recommendation. I'm not even kidding. Like, they've all been good. I'm very excited to listen to this.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
Very
they
cool.
have, I think, 3 records out. Tower Age is their newest.
They got a physical media?
They do.
Okay.
They do. They have a couple records you can purchase.
Bandcamp? They on Bandcamp?
Bandcamp, yeah. That's where I got one of the records.
All right.
But I went to Grimey's for their other record.
All right. Cool. We will link them up in the episode description for anyone who wants to check them out.
All right. Well, that will do it for us. So go check out some Shapeshifter, Lovebird type beers. Go to Smeraldo's.
Smeraldo's, go to check it out, see what it's about.
And
Eastwood Deli Company.
I'll do it. H&S Bagels. I'll check it out and tell you about them next time. Until next time, remember, eat up, drink up, and if anybody asks, this is the place to be. See ya.
Yeah.